Life throws challenges at us every single day, some big, some small, but they're always there, waiting for us to face them head on. And you know what? That's a good thing, because struggle, my friends, is what makes you stronger. Think about it. When was the last time you truly grew without facing some kind of obstacle? When did you last become better, smarter, or more capable without having to push through something difficult? The truth is, struggle is the gym where we build our mental and emotional muscles. Now, I'm not saying we should go out looking for trouble. Life will provide plenty of opportunities for growth all on its own. But when those challenges come, and they will come, we need to see them for what they are. Let's talk about steel for a moment. You know how steel is made? It's not found in nature. It's created through a process of intense heat and pressure. Iron ore is subjected to temperatures over 2,000 degrees Fahrenheit. It's shape molded and hammered. And what comes out on the other side? Something stronger, more flexible, and more useful than what went in. You, my friend, are no different. The struggles you face are your forge. They're the heat and pressure that transform you from ordinary to extraordinary. Every challenge you overcome, every obstacle you push through, every moment of doubt you conquer. These are the things that shape you into someone stronger, more resilient, and more capable than you were before. But here's the cues to see it that way. You have to decide that your struggles are not punishments, but opportunities, not roadblocks, but stepping stones. Because the truth is, it's not the struggle itself that makes you stronger. It's how you respond to it. The last time you faced a really tough situation, maybe it was at work or in your personal life. Remember how it felt? The stress, the uncertainty, the fear of failure? Now think about how you felt after you made it through. Sense of accomplishment, that boost in confidence, that knowledge that you can handle more than you thought you could, that's growth, that's strength. And it only came because you faced that struggle head on. Now, I'm not saying it's easy. Far from it. Struggle, by its very nature, is hard, it's uncomfortable. It pushes us to our limits and sometimes beyond. But that's exactly why it's so valuable. Because it's in those moments of discomfort, those times when we're pushed to our limits, that we discover what we're truly capable of. You see, comfort is the enemy of growth. When we're comfortable, we don't push ourselves. We don't try new things. We don't take risks. And as a result, we don't grow. We stagnate. But struggle forces us out of our comfort zones and makes us adapt, learn, and evolve. It's the catalyst for change and improvement in our lives. Some of the most successful people you know or have heard about. Do you think they got where they are without facing any struggles? Of course not. In fact, if you look closely, you'll often find that the most successful people are the ones who have faced the biggest challenge. They're the ones who have failed the most, who have been knocked down time and time again. But here's the important part. They're also the ones who got back up every single time. That's what struggle does. It teaches us persistence, it builds our resilience, it shows us that we can take a hit and keep moving forward. And each time we do that, we become a little bit stronger, a little bit tougher, a little bit more prepared for whatever life throws at us next. But let's be clear about something. Struggling doesn't mean suffering in silence. It doesn't mean you have to face every challenge alone. In fact, one of the most important lessons struggle can teach us is the value of reaching out for help when we need it. Sometimes being strong means knowing when to lean on others. It means building a support network, surrounding yourself with people who believe in you and can help you through the tough times. And here's another thing about struggle. It's universal. Everyone faces challenges. Everyone has moments of doubt, fear, and uncertainty. The difference lies in how we choose to view those moments. Do we see them as insurmountable obstacles, or do we see them as opportunities for growth? I want you to start looking at the struggles in your life differently. Instead of asking, why is this happening to me? Start asking, what can I learn from this? Instead of wishing for an easier path, start appreciating the strength you're building on the path you're on. Remember, diamonds are formed under pressure. Pearls are created by irritation. The most beautiful and valuable things in life often come from struggle and adversity. You are no different. The challenges you face today are shaping you into the person you're meant to become. So embrace the struggle. Welcome it, see it. See it for what it truly is, a chance to become stronger, wiser, and more resilient. Because the truth is, you're capable of so much more than you realize. And it's only when you're pushed to your limits that you truly discover what you're made of. Now, I'm not saying you should go out looking for trouble. Life will provide plenty of opportunities for growth all on its own. But when those challenges come, and they will come. I want you to face them with a new perspective. See them as chances to prove to yourself just how strong you really are. A time when you overcame something you thought was impossible. Remember how that felt? That sense of accomplishment, that boost in confidence? That's what struggle gives us. It shows us what we're capable of. It reveals strengths we never knew we had. And here's the beautiful thing about strength gained through struggle. It's yours forever. Once you've proven to yourself that you can overcome a challenge, no one can take that away from you. It becomes a part of who you are, a resource you can draw on whenever you face future difficulties. But let's talk about what struggle really means. It's not about seeking out hardship for its own sake. It's about facing the challenges that come your way with courage and determination. It's about choosing to grow even when growth is uncomfortable. Working out at the gym. When you lift weights, you're essentially creating tiny tears in your muscle fibers. It's uncomfortable. It can be painful. But what happens next? Your body repairs those tears, and in the process, your muscles become stronger. That's exactly what mental and emotional struggles do for us. They create opportunities for us to repair, rebuild, and come back stronger. Now, I want to address something important. Embracing struggle doesn't mean you have to be happy about every difficult situation you face. It's okay to feel frustrated, scared, or overwhelmed. Those are natural human emotions. The key is not to let those emotions paralyze you. Feel them, acknowledge them, but then choose to move forward anyway. You see, strength isn't about not feeling fear. It's about feeling the fear and doing what needs to be done anyway. It's about acknowledging the difficulty of a situation, but refusing to let that difficulty define you or limit you. Let's talk for a moment about failure. Many people are afraid of failure, but here's a secret. Real failure is just another form of struggle, and it's one of the most powerful teachers we have. Every failure is an opportunity to learn, to adjust, to come back stronger and smarter than before. Some of the most successful inventions in history. Did you know that WD-40 got its name because the first 39 formulas failed? Or that Thomas Edison reportedly failed thousands of times before successfully creating the light bulb? These inventors didn't see their failures as the end of the road. They saw them as necessary steps on the path to success. That's the mindset I want you to adopt. When you face a setback, don't see it as a reason to give up. See it as valuable information. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can I use this experience to do better next time? Because there will be a next time. As long as you don't give up, you haven't truly failed. Consistency. Strength isn't built overnight. It's built through consistent effort, through facing struggles day after day and choosing to push through them. It's like building a muscle. You don't get stronger by lifting weights once. You get stronger by lifting weights regularly, gradually increasing the challenge over time. The same is true for mental and emotional strength. Each struggle you face and overcome makes you a little bit stronger. And over time, those small increases in strength add up to something truly remarkable. You become someone who can handle challenges that would have seemed impossible before. But here's the thing. You have to keep at it. You have to choose every single day to face your struggles head on, to see them as opportunities rather than obstacles, to push through even when it's hard, even when you don't feel like it. And that's where real strength comes from. It's not about never feeling weak or scared or overwhelmed. It's about feeling all of those things and choosing to keep going anyway. It's about having the courage to face your fears, to acknowledge your weaknesses, and to work on them day by day. Remember, every expert was once a beginner. Every strong person was once weak. The difference lies in their willingness to struggle, to push through discomfort, to face challenges head on. And that's a choice that's available to all of us every single day. So I want you to start looking at these struggles in your life differently. Instead of seeing them as burdens, see them as opportunities. Opportunities to learn, to grow, to become stronger. Because that's exactly what they are. A tree for a moment. Do you know what makes a tree strong? It's not calm weather and easy conditions. It's the wind. Trees that grow in windy areas develop stronger roots and more flexible trunks. They're able to bend without breaking. That's what struggle does for us. It helps us develop deep roots and flexible spirits. It makes us strong enough to weather any storm. Well, here's an important point. Being strong doesn't mean you have to do everything alone. In fact, one of the greatest strengths you can develop is the ability to ask for help when you need it. To build a support network of people who believe in you, who can offer advice and encouragement when things get tough, We're all in this together. We all face struggles. We all have moments of doubt and fear. And one of the most powerful things we can do is share our experiences with others. To let them know they're not alone in their struggles. And to draw strength from the knowledge that we're not alone in ours. So I want you to start sharing your struggles with others. Not in a way that's seeking pity, but in a way that's seeking connection. Share what you've learned from your challenges. Share how you've grown. Because in doing so, you not only reinforce your own strength, but you also help others find theirs. And speaking of others, let's talk for a moment about comparison. In today's world, it's easy to look at other people's lives and feel like we're falling short. Social media shows us carefully curated highlights of other people's lives, and it's easy to think everyone else has it easier than we do. But here's the truth. Everyone struggles. Everyone faces challenges. The difference lies in how we choose to respond to those challenges. So instead of comparing your struggles to someone else's highlights, focus on your own growth. Compare yourself today to who you were yesterday. That's the only comparison that truly matters. Mindset. Your mindset is one of the most powerful tools you have in facing struggles, a growth mindset. The belief that you can develop your abilities through dedication and hard work can transform how you view challenges. Instead of seeing them as threats, you start to see them as opportunities for growth. So how do you develop a growth mindset? It starts with your self-talk. When you face a challenge, pay attention to what you're saying to yourself. Are you telling yourself, I can't do this? Or are you asking, how can I do this? That simple shift can make a world of difference. And remember, it's okay to not know how to do something. It's okay to struggle. What's not okay is to give up without trying. Because every time you try, every time you push yourself, you're getting stronger. You're building your capacity to handle future challenges. Resilience for a moment. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from setbacks, to adapt in the face of adversity. And guess what builds resilience? You got it, struggle. Every time you face a challenge and come out the other side, you're building your resilience. You're proving to yourself that you can handle more than you thought you could. But resilience isn't just about bouncing back. It's also about bouncing forward. It's about using your experiences to become better, stronger, more capable. So after you faced a challenge, take some time to reflect. What did you learn? How did you grow? How can you use this experience to become even stronger in the future? Now, I want to address something important. Embracing struggle doesn't mean you have to be happy about every difficult situation you face. It's okay to feel frustrated, scared, or overwhelmed. Those are natural human emotions. The key is not to let those emotions paralyze you. Feel them, acknowledge them, but then choose to move forward anyway. You see, strength isn't about not feeling fear. It's about feeling the fear and doing what needs to be done anyway. It's about acknowledging the difficulty of a situation, but refusing to let that difficulty define you or limit you. And here's another important point. Strength isn't about never falling down. It's about getting back up every time you fall. It's about dusting yourself off, learning from the experience, and trying again. Because every time you get back up, you're proving to yourself that you're stronger than whatever knocked you down. So I want you to start seeing your struggles as stepping stones. Each one is a chance to step up, to become stronger, to get closer to your goals. And yes, sometimes those steps might feel more like mountains than stones. But remember, even mountains can be climbed one step at a time. And as you're climbing those mountains, don't forget to look back every now and then. See how far you've come. Appreciate the strength you've built, because sometimes, in the midst of our struggles, we forget to acknowledge our progress. But that progress is real and it's worth celebrating. The power of perspective. How you view our struggles can have a huge impact on how we handle them. Are you seeing your challenges as insurmountable obstacles? Or are you seeing them as opportunities for growth? Are you focusing on how hard things are? Or are you focusing on how much stronger you're becoming? I want you to start reframing your struggles. Instead of saying, I have to do this, start saying, I get to do this. Instead of this is impossible, try this is challenging, but I'm up for it. Because the truth is, the way you talk to yourself about your struggles can either make them harder or easier to overcome. And remember, struggle is not the enemy. Giving up is the enemy. Settling for less than you're capable of is the enemy. Struggle is just the process through which we discover our true strength and potential. So embrace the struggle, welcome it. See it for what it truly is, a chance to become stronger, wiser, and more resilient. Because the truth is, you're capable of so much more than you realize. And it's only when you're pushed to your limits that you truly discover what you're made of. A diamond for a moment. Do you know how diamonds are formed? They're created under immense pressure deep beneath the Earth's surface. Without that pressure, they would just be ordinary carbon. It's the struggle, the pressure, that transforms them into something precious and valuable. You are no different. The struggles you face, the pressure you're under. These are the forces that can transform you into something truly extraordinary. But only if you choose to embrace them, to work with them rather than against them. So I want you to start seeing your struggles as your personal diamond-making process. Every challenge you face is an opportunity to become stronger, more resilient, more valuable. It's a chance to discover strengths you never knew you had. And here's the beautiful thing about strength gained through struggle. It's yours forever. Once you've proven to yourself that you can overcome a challenge, no one can take that away from you. It becomes a part of who you are, a resource you can draw on whenever you face future difficulties. But let's be clear. Embracing struggle doesn't mean seeking out hardship for its own sake. It's about facing the challenges that come your way with courage and determination. It's about choosing to grow, even when growth is uncomfortable. Working out at the gym. When you lift weights, you're essentially creating tiny tears in your muscle fibers. It's uncomfortable. It can be painful. But what happens next? Your body repairs those tears, and in the process, your muscles become stronger. That's exactly what mental and emotional struggles do for us. They create opportunities for us to repair, rebuild, and come back stronger. Now I want to address something important. Embracing struggle doesn't mean you have to be happy about every difficult situation you face. It's okay to feel frustrated, scared, or overwhelmed. Those are natural human emotions. The key is not to let those emotions paralyze you. Feel them, acknowledge them, but then choose to move forward anyway. So, you see, strength isn't about not feeling fear. It's about feeling the fear and pushing through it anyway. It's about acknowledging the difficulty of a situation and still choosing to face it head on. That's where true courage comes from. Not from the absence of fear, but from the determination to act in spite of it. The last time you felt truly afraid to do something, but did it anyway. Maybe it was speaking in public, starting a new job, or having a difficult conversation with someone. Remember how you felt afterwards? That sense of accomplishment? That pride in yourself for pushing through your fear? That's growth? That's strength building in real time? And here's the thing about Reframe. It's often a sign that you're on the right track. Fear often shows up when we're stepping out of our comfort zone, when we're about to do something important, something that could lead to real growth. So next time you feel fear creeping in, try to reframe it. Instead of seeing it as a warning to stop, see it as a sign that you're about to do something worthwhile. Resilience. Resilience is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. And how do you build resilience? Through struggle, through facing challenges and overcoming them. Each time you bounce back from a setback, you're building your resilience. But resilience isn't just about bouncing back. It's about bouncing forward. It's about using your struggles as springboards to propel you to new heights. So after you've faced a challenge, take some time to reflect. What did you learn? How can you use this experience to become even stronger in the future? And remember, building strength through struggle is not a solo journey. Yes, the work of facing your challenges is ultimately up to you, but that doesn't mean you have to do it alone. In fact, one of the greatest strengths you can develop is the ability to ask for help when you need it. Even the strongest buildings have support structures. Even the mightiest trees have vast root systems connecting them to other trees. Your strength is no different. It's supported and amplified by the connections you make with others. Don't be afraid to reach out. Share your struggles with people you trust. Ask for advice from those who face similar challenges. Offer your own support to others who are struggling. Because in supporting others, you often find that you're building your own strength as well. The power of mindset. Your mindset is like a lens through which you view the world, and it can have a huge impact on how you handle struggles. A fixed mindset sees challenges as threats, as proof of limitations. But a growth mindset? A growth mindset sees challenges as opportunities to learn and improve. Developing a growth mindset is one of the most powerful things you can do to build strength, to struggle. It's about believing that your abilities can be developed through dedication and hard work. It's about seeing failures not as evidence that you're not good enough, but as necessary steps on the path to success. So how do you develop a growth mindset? It starts with your self-talk. Pay attention to the voice in your head. When you face a challenge, what is it saying? Is it saying, I can't do this? Or is it asking, how can I do this? That simple shift can make a world of difference. And remember, having a growth mindset doesn't mean pretending that everything is easy or that failure doesn't hurt. It means acknowledging the difficulty, feeling the sting of setbacks, but choosing to learn and grow from these experiences rather than be defined by them. The importance of persistence. Strength isn't built overnight. It's built through consistent effort, through facing struggles day after day, and choosing to push through them. It's like building a house. It happens brick by brick, day by day. Some of the most successful people in history, do you think they never faced struggles? Of course they did. But what set them apart was their persistence. They kept going when others would have given up. They saw their struggles not as roadblocks, but as stepping stones. So I want you to start seeing your struggles in the same way. Each challenge you face is a chance to lay another brick in the foundation of your strength. Each setback is an opportunity to prove to yourself that you can get back up and keep going. And here's the beautiful thing about persistence: it compounds. Each time you persist through a struggle, you're not just overcoming that specific challenge. You're building the habit of persistence. You're training yourself to be someone who doesn't give up, who keeps going even when things get tough. The power of perspective. How we view our struggles can have a huge impact on how we handle them. Are you seeing your challenges as insurmountable obstacles? Or are you seeing them as opportunities for growth? Are you focusing on how hard things are? Or are you focusing on how much stronger you're becoming? I want you to start reframing your struggles. Instead of saying, I have to do this, start saying, I get to do this. Instead of this is impossible, try this is challenging, but I'm up for it. Because the truth is, the way you talk to yourself about your struggles can either make them harder or easier to overcome. And remember, struggle is not the enemy. Giving up is the enemy. Settling for less than you're capable of is the enemy. Struggle is just the process through which we discover our true strength and potential. To embrace the struggle, welcome it, see it for what it truly is, see a chance to become stronger, wiser, and more resilient. Because the truth is, you're capable of so much more than you realize, and it's only when you're pushed to your limits that you truly discover what you're made of. A sword for a moment. Do you know how a sword is made? It's not just shaped and sharpened. It's heated, hammered, folded, and quenched repeatedly. It's put through intense stress and pressure, and it's through this process that it becomes strong, sharp, and resilient. You are that sword. The struggles you face, the challenges you overcome, these are the forge that shapes you into something stronger, sharper, more capable than you were before. But here's the key. You have to stay in the forge. You have to endure the heat, the pressure, the hammering, because that's where the transformation happens. Now, I want to address something important. Embracing struggle doesn't mean you have to love every difficult moment. It's okay to find things hard. It's okay to wish things were easier sometimes. The strength comes not from enjoying the struggle, but from choosing to face it anyway. Like this, a weightlifter doesn't necessarily enjoy the burn in their muscles as they lift, but they welcome it because they know that burn is the sign of growth. That's the mindset I want you to adopt towards your struggles. You don't have to enjoy them, but learn to welcome them as signs that you're growing stronger. And here's another crucial point. Building strength through struggle isn't about being tough all the time. It's not about never feeling weak or tired or discouraged. In fact, acknowledging these feelings is a sign of true strength. Because real strength isn't about being invincible. It's about being honest with yourself, recognizing when you're struggling, and choosing to keep going anyway. So I want you to start being kinder to yourself in your struggles. Recognize that it's okay to find things difficult. It's okay to need rest sometimes. It's okay to have moments of doubt. These aren't signs of weakness. They're just part of the process of becoming stronger. The power of small wins. And we're facing big challenges. It's easy to get overwhelmed. We look at the mountain we have to climb, and it seems impossible. But here's the secret. You don't climb a mountain in one giant leap. You climb it step by step. So start focusing on those steps. Celebrate each small victory along the way. Did you face a fear today, even if it was just a small one? That's a win. Did you push yourself a little bit further than you did yesterday? That's a win. Did you get back up after a setback? That's a huge win. These small wins might not seem like much in the moment, but they add up. They build your confidence. They prove to you that you're capable of growth and change. And over time, those small wins accumulate into big victories. And speaking of time, let's talk about patience. Building strength through struggle is not an overnight process. It takes time. It takes consistent effort. There will be days when you feel like you're not making progress, days when you feel like you're moving backwards. But here's the thing. Progress isn't always visible in the moment. Think about a tree growing. If you watch it day by day, you might not see any change. But over months and years, that tree grows tall and strong. Your growth is the same way. You might not see the changes day by day, but over time, you'll look back and be amazed at how far you've come. So be patient with yourself. Trust the process. Keep showing up. Keep facing your struggles. Keep pushing forward. Because every moment you spend struggling is a moment spent getting stronger. Now, I want to talk about the importance of rest. This might seem counterintuitive. After all, we've been talking about pushing through struggles. But here's the truth. Rest is an essential part of building strength. In terms of physical exercise, when you work out, you're actually creating tiny tears in your muscles. It's during rest that your body repairs those tears, making your muscles stronger than they were before. The same principle applies to mental and emotional strength. To make sure you're giving yourself time to rest and recover. Take breaks when you need to. Practice self-care. Celebrate your victories, no matter how small. Because it's in these moments of rest that you integrate the strength you build through your struggles. And remember, taking time to rest doesn't mean you're weak. It doesn't mean you're giving up. It means you're smart enough to know that sustainable strength requires balance. It means you're playing the long game, building strength that will last. Now let's talk about the power of purpose. When you're facing tough times, when you're in the middle of a struggle, it can be easy to lose sight of why you're doing it. That's why having a clear sense of purpose is so important. Your purpose is like a North Star. It guides you through the darkest nights of struggle. It reminds you why you started this journey in the first place. It gives meaning to your struggles, transforming them from pointless hardships into meaningful challenges. So take some time to connect with your purpose. Why are you doing what you're doing? What's driving you? What's the bigger picture that all these struggles are contributing to? When you have a clear answer to these questions, you'll find a wellspring of strength to draw from in your toughest moments. And here's something else to remember. Your struggles don't just make you stronger, they make you wiser. They give you experience and insight that you couldn't gain any other way. They develop your empathy, allowing you to connect with and help others who are facing similar challenges. So start seeing your struggles, not just as personal challenges, but as preparation for future leadership. The strength you're building, the wisdom you're gaining, these are tools that will allow you to make a real difference in the world. Because here's the truth. The world needs strong people, not just physically strong, but mentally and emotionally strong. People who have faced struggles and come out the other side. People who can lead with empathy, with resilience, with hard-earned wisdom. And that's what you're becoming through your struggles. You're becoming someone who can make a real difference. Someone who can lift others up because you know what it's like to fall down and get back up again. So embrace your struggles. See them for what they truly are, the forge in which you're being shaped into someone stronger, wiser, more capable than you ever thought possible. Because the strength you're building isn't just for you. It's a gift you'll be able to share with the world. And remember, no matter how tough things get, no matter how insurmountable your struggles might seem, you have the strength within you to overcome them. You have the power to transform your struggles into stepping stones, your challenges into opportunities. So keep pushing forward. Keep facing your fears, keep embracing the struggle. Because with every challenge you face, with every obstacle you overcome, you're not just surviving, you're thriving, you're growing. You're becoming the strongest version of yourself. And that's strength. It's going to take you places you've never dreamed of. It's going to allow you to achieve things you once thought impossible. It's going to enable you to make a real lasting difference in this world. So thank you. Thank you for having the courage to embrace your struggles. Thank you for doing the hard work of becoming stronger. Because in doing so, you're not just changing your own life, you're changing the world. One struggle, one victory, one moment of strength at a time.